Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Wills, Women, and Wealth podcast. I'm Elsa W. Smith, your Maryland estate planning and probate attorney, and I'm thrilled to have you with us today. We're here to empower women who value their health, wealth, and the legacies they're creating. This podcast delves into a diverse range of subjects encompassing finance, law, mental and physical health, and beyond. Our commitment is to furnish you with invaluable insights, engaging expert interviews, and enlightening episodes that address your questions on wills, estate planning, and probate matters. Remember, this is your community, and we want to hear from you. Engage with us, ask questions, suggest topics. Let's build a dialogue. Reach out to us on social media or leave us a comment below. Your input fuels the conversations we have. You can find all of our episodes on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for our upcoming content. We appreciate your support. And if you enjoy the podcast, please consider leaving us a 5-star review. Your review helps amplify our reach and brings our content to more listeners. And now, on with the podcast. Today, we're tackling a topic many families avoid: talking openly about legacy and estate planning. It's not always easy. In fact, for some, it's one of the hardest conversations to start, but avoiding it often leaves behind confusion, stress, and conflict. So in this episode, we're going to explore why silence can be costly, what conversations really matter, and how to approach them with care and confidence. Let's begin with the consequences of avoiding these conversations and why silence is rarely the solution. I've witnessed the consequences when families avoid difficult conversations, loved ones left confused, siblings divided, and spouses blindsided by what was or wasn't communicated. Silence leads to confusion, and confusion leads to conflict. The absence of communication leaves wounds that outlive us. Talking about your legacy now is an act of love. It's not just about money. It's about clarity, respect, and peace of mind for those you care about most. If you're a homeowner, a parent, or simply someone who wants to leave things better for the next generation, ask yourself, what decisions have I made that no one knows about? Who needs to hear them while I'm still here? But silence isn't the only problem. Even when we know we should talk, the conversations themselves can feel awkward or even intimidating. So let's take a closer look at why tough family conversations about estate planning are so important. Let's talk about something nobody really likes to do: having those tough family conversations when it comes to estate planning. I get it. It's not easy to bring up things like who gets what, guardianship for the kids, or your healthcare wishes. It can feel very awkward, and yet it might even stir up some tension. But here's the thing: avoiding these conversations doesn't make the issues go away. In fact, it can create confusion, stress, and even arguments down the road. And nobody wants that for their family. When you take the time to talk about these things now, talk about the tough issues, right? You're giving your loved ones clarity and peace of mind. It's not just about making these decisions. It's about showing your family that you care enough to plan ahead and avoid unnecessary chaos. So, as uncomfortable as it might feel, have the hard conversation. Just take that first step. And it's a small effort now that can make a world of difference later. Now, I know what you might be thinking. If I bring up my estate plan with my kids, won't it just create more problems? That's a fair concern. So let's be real about some of the downsides of having this conversation. Now, there are at least four downsides to discussing your estate plan with your kids. Number one, discussing your estate plan can be emotionally challenging for both you and your children. It may remind them of their mortality or create tensions and conflicts within the family. Number two, sharing details about your estate plan might create expectations or entitlement among your children, leading to potential disputes or disagreements if they disagree with your decisions. Three, opening up about your estate plan means sharing sensitive financial information. If you're uncomfortable with the idea of disclosing such details, it may be a drawback to discussing it with your children. And lastly, number four, estate plans can evolve over time due to changes in financial situations, so as well as relationships or personal preferences. If you discuss your plans too early, your children may rely on outdated information or become confused if modifications are made in the future. Now, considering these pros and cons, it's important to evaluate your unique situation and determine what's best for your family. If you decide to talk to your children about your estate plan, it can be beneficial to involve a professional, such as an estate planning attorney or financial advisor, to ensure clarity and address any concerns. But like any important decision, there are two sides to the story. So after the risk or the disadvantages, let's look at the powerful reasons why sharing your estate plan can actually strengthen your family. Now, talking to your kids about your estate plan is a personal decision that depends on various factors, including family dynamics, their ages, and your comfort level. There are pros and cons to consider when deciding whether or not to have this conversation. Here are four pros to help you make an informed decision. Number one, sharing your estate plan with your children can help them understand your intentions and the reasoning behind your decisions. It can also prevent confusion or potential conflicts among family members. Number two, by discussing your estate plan, you can manage your children's expectations regarding inheritances or the distribution of assets. It provides an opportunity to explain your choices and the values you wish to uphold. Number three, involving your children in estate planning discussions can give them a chance to share their thoughts and concerns. They may provide valuable insights or express their wishes, allowing you to consider their perspectives when making your decisions. And number four, conversations about your estate plan can prompt important discussions about other matters, such as healthcare directives, powers of attorney, or guardianship arrangements. It ensures that everyone is aware of your wishes and can act accordingly if necessary. Of course, knowing the pros and cons is only part of it. The real question is how to have these conversations, especially when your kids are at different ages and stages in life. I want to talk about how moms can talk to their kids about their estate plan in a way that's age appropriate and comforting, not overwhelming. So for young children, keep it simple. You might say, Mom has a plan to make sure you're always safe and cared for. Avoid legal terms. Focus on love, safety, and reassurance. So for the tweens and teens, be a bit more open. My suggestion is let them know you've made a plan that includes who will care for them if you're unable to. Be honest about your why. This builds trust and lets them know that they can always come to you with questions. And for your adult children, transparency is key. Share the details of your estate plan and explain any roles that they may have, like executor or personal representative or trustee. Let them know your decisions come from a place of love and intentionality, not secrecy. This reduces confusion and helps avoid family conflict later. No matter what your child's age, open communication shows them that they're a part of your legacy, not just your plan. You've just left your estate planning attorney's office with your brand new trust. Now what? I want to talk to you about how to talk to your family about your new trust, especially if you're the first in your family to take this step. A trust might sound complicated, but really it's a tool that lets you decide how your assets are managed and distributed. Your home, your money, even who makes decisions if you can't, right? So for families where estate planning isn't a part of the usual conversation, these talks can feel new, but they're so important. By having this conversation, you're giving your family clarity and security. Start small, maybe with a spouse, a sibling, or your adult children, and explain what the trust does, why it matters, and how it protects everyone. Keep it simple, invite questions, and reassure them that this is about love and responsibility, not control. And by having this talk, you're planting seeds for the next generation, helping your children understand planning early so that when they're ready, they can create their own estate plans with confidence. Being the first in your family to plan for the future is so powerful. By talking about your trust today, you're leaving more than just assets. You're leaving clarity, protection, and a legacy of planning that can empower generations to come. At its core, estate planning is about more than just documents. It's about protecting relationships, fostering communication, and expressing love. By breaking the silence, considering the risks and benefits, and finding the right way to talk with your family, you're creating clarity and peace that will last for generations. If you're ready to take the next step, I invite you to schedule a complimentary 15-minute call with a member of our team to discuss how estate planning can protect what matters most. You'll find the link in the show notes. Thank you for joining me, Elsa W. Smith, on this episode of the Wills, Women, and Wealth podcast. Until next time, stay informed, stay empowered, and take control of your legacy.